All right, it's time for Vet on the Set, and it may not be fun to think about, but pet insurance can really be a lifesaver for owners, especially in their pocketbook. Dr. Rachael Lau from Island Veterinary Care is here, joining us along with Einstein. Einstein's a little short, but he has a lot of personality.
Yeah.
Tell us about Einstein.
He's a 7-year-old Yorkshire Terrier, and he's one of my clients' dog, and he's really well behaved here, sitting on my lap.
Yeah, he's been doing great. All right, so in looking at pet insurance, wanted to ask you, because you have a lot of, experience with this, what advice would you give kind of in general?
Well, the biggest thing is get it early when your pet is the healthiest. So when you first get your pet, and that's when they most likely won't have any medical conditions. If there are any medical conditions, that will be considered a pre-existing condition, and insurance won't cover that.
And that could be anything.
It could be anything, right? It could be skin disease. They could have, a knee issue or eye issues.
And in the future, if that's considered a pre-existing condition, you won't get any coverage for that, right?
No coverage, correct.
Okay, so there's also a waiting period to think about.
Yes, so waiting period is from the time that you sign up for your insurance and then when it kicks in. And sometimes the waiting period is different for, say, an illness. So there may be a 10-day waiting period for an illness, or say 180 days for any kind of knee injury.
Okay, so there's so many different rules, and there are also so many different companies. How do you choose which one is right for you and your pet?
Good question. So I would say first look at the company. Are they reputable? How long have they been around? What are their customer reviews like? And are they easy to get a hold of? How's the customer service? Can you submit your claim very easily? And how quickly do they reimburse you?
And you actually tell people about a certain website, right, that you recommend?
Well, there's a website called policy.com, and it helps you compare the different pet insurances.
And doesn't it have reviews as well?
It does have reviews.
So policy, P-A-W-L-I-C-Y. So when you're looking at coverage, what are some things that you should really look at?
Well, first, the actual coverage is it covering accidents or illnesses? So say your dog breaks a bone or eats something that they weren't supposed to. Those are accidents and illnesses, but also like cancer or diabetes. So that's the general mainstay of it. But then you want to see if they cover hereditary things, conditions. Say your breed of dog is more prone to getting heart disease. Will they cover it? Some pet insurances don't.
Okay. And so when you're looking at reimbursement rates and deductions, what advice do you give there?
Well, they have different percentages, all the way up from 90% down to 60%. And the higher percentage that the insurance covers, the higher your premium will be. So it's just a balance of what you want to pay.
So when you're looking at pet insurance, how it is here in Hawaii, everything is so expensive. Is it a gamble not to get pet insurance?
Well, I would say it's important to get pet insurance, and we recommend it for the accidents and illnesses. But for wellness coverage, it may not be as cost effective. That might be better if you saved up for that, for the out-of-pocket kind of expenses.
Okay, so things to think about before you get a pet for you and your family. All right, so Dr. Lau from Island Veterinary Care, we want to thank you, and Einstein as well, for being here. You did a good job.
Yeah.
Were you a good boy? You're a very good boy. All right, thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.